It used to be very challenging, Zubin, at least at the college times, not during professional times. Professional times also you have to get past some of the stereotyping which happens in all this. But it did. There used to be challenge saying, "Hey, can you do it? You from a small town, you may not be expressive enough, and you may not have the ability to communicate set a narrative and try and lead a team kind of stuff, right? Say these are some of the narratives which are already pre-built in some of the setup. But I tend to look at it completely differently, and which I followed in some of my later day recruitment process as well, right? Given everything else being equal, I ended up picking somebody who was from a tier 3 or tier 2 or tier 4, felt they were more hungrier than the other. Not to disrespect anything from the larger set of community who are doing very well in the tier 1 as well. But everything else being equal, I learned the art of picking some people who are more who have shown more hunger. But yet it was challenging to break some of these stereotypes. These are things which are markers which are already put into individuals, saying that, hey, you're from Town, you cannot do this, you cannot do that kind of stuff. But over a period of time, when you start proving yourself, and then it becomes very systemic, saying, hey, you become the system, right? Hey, here is a role model. Here is a person who has come from here, right? I just give an example. I had a great guy from Andhra in my team where we built a classical training system, right? Now we say that, hey, EdTech and yeah, Khan Academy and so on and so forth. So we built a similar one for training our own people on technology. This guy has been outstanding in database technologies. He never used to communicate that effectively in English. But I used to tell him that, hey, you communicate in whichever model you want. I will figure out how to translate it kind of stuff. So there have been systems and methodologies which have been designed to cater to such crowd, and then to take their plus and then weave it into what we want as an organization, right? So that's the hallmark of building some teams and giving them the feeling that they are also wanted, right? So we have created some excellent systems even in those days. So we ended up creating a system around database technology. So he ended up going and explaining. We shot the video in those days, and then he could rattle. And his confidence started building up over a time. And then he became one of the greatest database technology. I'm still in touch with him, kind of stuff. So you will go through these bumps and narratives. But the key is to make yourself being the marker to make that change. And then when you become the marker, when I say you, your team, or any individual within your team, then you start becoming, then people will rally around that proposition, and then the old narrative gets completely deleted or written off.